Okay, so let's hope that got right. So let's go and get ourselves a load. Cargo market. Why didn't we end up at... Oh, that's right, because that's what I want to do. I want to try and get to port. Out of Wenatchee, okay, Seattle, Pendleton. I think I actually went... Oh, that's right. I went from Olympia to Victoria, Pendleton, Las Vegas. Not really getting me where I want to go. I might have to just do a free drive. So that's what we'll do. Go and set ourselves a point on the map to go to, which will be there, the TLL depot in Portland. Free drive down there. Get the truck going. Wipers on. And hopefully my audio is much better time round. In the gear, turn the park brake off. Headlights on. What we might do is turn on the trailer side lamps, just to make sure that we gates posts, because I did have to maneuver myself I think. Oh. A bit of a body thing here. A couple of cracks at the thing is that this driveway is across the other side of the road. Okay, now let's hope get around that post Nic. Righto, so we're turning left up here and going by the... We are losing a fair bit, so I'm just going to adjust that filter just a little more, because not staying open enough. Okay, close that. Back to the game. The trade-off with that, by reducing the filter, is that you tend to end up with it opening up for background noises and things like that. And that's right, we're free driving, so I'm not going to go looking for loads and anything. So I've got 73 miles to go. So anyway, last night I actually did a video after I watched my over-the-road adventure video. One of these videos where he was talking about getting stuttering. And right now, when I'm looking at it, I have got no stuttering at all. I did have an audio issue last night after I watched a bit of my stream, because I'm actually doing this live. It's not pre-recorded and then streamed out or added to my channel. It's live streaming. They're the joys of live streaming, I guess. I like live streaming because basically when it's working and it's working good. But sometimes it's not working good. And anyway, yeah. Consequently, as a consequence to that, I guess, you don't know until the stream's finished. And I was trying to tell my OTR adventure, that's what I'm going to go with. Basically, to fix my issues. Now I'm running 4K, and mate, I am smooth as silk right now. I haven't got the Steam frame rate counter up, but last time I had it up, it was up around the 145, 144 frames per second, because that's what my monitor is. It's a G-Sync monitor, and it runs at 144 Hertz. So consequently, that's my frame rate. And being that my frame rate, that's what it's going to be. And I'm really happy with the frame rate at the moment. Now, when I'm streaming, I do downgrade my stream to a 2550 by 1440, mainly just to be able to increase the bandwidth, because where I live in Australia, we realised that yeah, he was going to be coming down up there or down there. We have, although I've got 100 megabytes per second up or down, I only got like 16 megabytes a second upload, which is not a terrible great amount. Now I can get better, but to do that I got to pay through the nose, and at the moment I'm paying $100 Australian per month to be able to get the 100 megabytes. It's through Telstra, which is one of the largest telcos in the world, or in Australia. And a lot of people say, why don't I go with others? I mean, my son's with I'd like to say Virgin, but I think it's the other red one. Vodafone. Yeah, he's with Vodafone. And the reason that I haven't switched across to Vodafone, because my son does get very good bandwidth. His upload is, I think, 50% of his download, which is he has 100 megabytes up and 50 down. And the reason that I don't switch across to them is because I actually have a static IP with Telstra, which is costing me nothing extra. Or maybe it's costing me $10, I'm not sure. So I'm hesitant to change, and thus I'm stuck with this crazy, pathetic upload rate. And my main reason for sticking with Telstra, apart from the static IP, is that that's where I also have my mobile. One of the things that makes it a good solution for me is that my mobile and my internet connection are connected. I get a discount on my mobile and I get a discount on my internet because the two are, it's one package. But the reason I stick with, and I would never move off Telstra for my mobile due to the fact that being on Telstra, I get a better coverage. For my work, I travel all over Australia. And in the last 3 years, I think the only place I ever lost reception was a little while ago. I was travelling between Tenterfield and Roma in central Queensland, or southwest Queensland, and I was going the back way. Okay, so we stopped raining, and there was a little patch there where, there was no signal coverage, but there was only like 50 kilometres. So that didn't faze me. But anyway, back to the other thing. I hope that the stream is in good quality this time. When I look down at OBS, the meter tells me that it's in good quality, and that the stream is in good condition. Like, it's green. It's only not even. What do we got? We got to go around here. I'm only uploading at 10k. Oh, we go the long one. 10 kbps per second. Sorry, 10,000 kbp. So 1 megabyte per second is the way I interpret that. And the fact that I've got 16 megabytes per second upload means that we shouldn't be too stressed, and it should be coming out okay. Last night's video, I think the video portion of it came out okay. Being nighttime, obviously there was a little bit more congestion on the network, and consequently there was a little bit more frame rate stopping because of bandwidth, whereas today it shouldn't be an issue. Righto. So this is one of the TLL depots that we've created, and to get in here it's rather tricky. Because I've got to get in here and check in. Righto. Meanwhile, I'm parked out across the road, and we've got two loads. Here we go. We'll take this one to Medford. Right. And then I've got to go fully round here with the obstacle of the boxes that I put there, just to make it a little bit harder. and get up against the fence here to be loaded. Now this is because of, oh okay, what's happened to his motorcycle? That. Sure what that is, that's interesting. Okay, so there we go. Right, so talk about what's going on across the road. This is just something that I put in place just as a little bit of interest and, you know, break down the monotony of it. Basically, over the other side there, now if we go 0, I can actually move around there. Cop's car's ambos, and a cop's car on its side. There's also a car in the tree over here. And looks like some girl was driving the car, or a guy was driving the car, whatever, into a tree, but must have been getting chased by the cops. They've run into a tree. Cops have rolled their car. Motorcycle cop over here, standing here, told the cops have had a crash. Now, hopefully you didn't miss what I was talking about there, or what I was saying, because I was in front of my microphone. Right, so now that we've done that and gotten into position, let's get loaded and park brake off, put myself in gear, and we'll get moving. We'll turn the lights off because we don't need them on anymore, seeing as it's now daytime. And we're heading off to Medford. That'll be another TLL depot, because it's a line haul company that we're working for now. And we don't need to check in there again, right? So we're good to go. Probably helps if I indicate where I'm going.
Keep right, and then turn right.
And we might wind the window down on the driver's side. And we'll stick fully to the left-hand side of the lane here, so we can get around this corner. And we'll go right the way out, stay on our side of the road, check the front bonnet mirror, all went good round there. And there we go. Hopefully that jake brake is usually the thing that opens my microphone, so you get jake brake in the background. Right, so we're going to go around the corner here. Have a check. Should be good to go. Hopefully we don't get a penalty. Sometimes I know that ATS does screw up the penalty system when you get to those corners and turn right. So anyway, crux to the thing is that I did fix my problem, because I did have stuttering, the same as what my OTR adventure had with his experience, was having with his experience. And the way I fixed my issue was I hunted around the internet, found a post. I've got a 3090 video card, and there was an issue that NVIDIA gave us, because their broadcast program and their HD audio program or add-on, plug-in, whatever, didn't like the video card drivers. And the way to fix it was to uninstall the HD audio and uninstall the NVIDIA broadcast, and then restart your computer and upgrade your video card drivers to the latest version of the video card drivers. And then you could, if you wanted to, put those two things back on again, and video card issue gone. Now, I personally have decided that I don't need the HD audio. I've got a very good audio system. It's actually most of the time when I'm playing with headphones, and I run through a DAC into a very expensive set of headphones, all Sennheiser gear, which is expensive, very good and comfortable over-the-ear headphones. They actually encompass the whole ear, so they're not squishing your ears or anything like that. Might just switch to manual here and go back a gear, and because I always get lost on this particular bridge intersection, I'm going to magnify the route, the GPS, so that I know that I'm getting in the right direction. Now, quite often I've gone off that road and had to go all the way down and go the long way, and adds hundreds of miles or 100 miles or thereabouts to the trip. Okay, we're a little bit over speed there. Because our GPS, our cruise control is set a bit high. Okay, so my wheel that I'm using the Xbox One version of the Logitech wheel, mainly because it had everything I needed, and I don't think the extra couple of buttons down the bottom that Xbox has, that the Microsoft PS whatever, the PlayStation 1, I don't think they actually make any use inside of Windows. So yeah, anyway, we've got to get out of this lane and into the one on the left there. And so yeah, that fixed my my stuttering, my video stuttering. I used to stand out a lot just looking at the center line there, the lane line coming down. I used to see it sort of run towards me and then pause for a bit, you know, like slow down, then run again, and then slow down again, and then run again, and then slow down. It would be sort of like paging really, really fast and then slowing down, and paging really, really fast and slowing down, like my frame rate was going up and down. The frame rate really wasn't moving that much at all. It was really caused because of an incompatibility between video card drivers, audio drivers, and the way that I was using my my cam. Now, I do actually have a cam, and I was using NVIDIA Broadcast to use that to remove the background, and I'm going to live without a cam for a little bit because I don't want to put my cam up and have my background. I mean, yeah, my background is not, it's not ugly, it's a nice clean unit, that's behind me with a little bookshelf, and thing is you can see into my bedroom, but my bedroom's always nice and clean. I live in a single bedroom unit. And it's just that, well, I don't think that it needs to be pushed out there. I do plan to get an Elgato green screen to put up behind me, or a panel that I can put behind me for when I'm streaming. The idea of the Elgato one makes a lot of sense because I can pack it up and put it away when I'm not using it. And if you were seeing the back of what's behind me, you would understand why I'd want to pack it up and put it away when I'm not using it. Because my computer's set up like most people's, is facing the wall. It's in the main section, or the main room of the apartment. I've got a kitchen across to my right, and I've got a lounge room across to my left. So, and I've got basically the entry hall and the bathroom and bookshelf and the entrance to my bedroom behind me. So that's why I don't want to put it on there. I have done before, but then I found I could get rid of the background by using broadcast. So like I say, I can live without broadcast, leastways till I get a green screen, and I'll get that in place, and I'll use the internal Chrome key settings inside of OBS to do the work to remove the background. Due to the fact it'll be a green screen, it'll all be one colour. And it'll be much better than, you know, what I've got. And from what I understand, because it's a proper green screen, the background removal will be 100%, 100% accurate. And it won't have any fluffy edges and stuff like that. Need to move, do we? No. We can stay here. We can bump the speed up a little bit though. We'll set the GPS down there to 55. Now I use my rotary wheel on the steering wheel to change that up and down. A little tiny one that's down there off my left thumb. I use the center button to bring up my map, my F5. Actually the F3 key, so I think if I've got that one there I can get rid of it as well. So this is what we're doing. We've got cargo, which is TLL line haul. I got 60,000 pounds going to Medford, the Targlink Logistics, and I've got 7.5 hours remaining. Got a little tiny bit of damage on my truck from running into a couple of things last night, and I haven't been in and repaired it. Fuel's starting to get down to the point where this particular mod will tell me that it's running out of AdBlue. So the fact that, you know, I can have these really good 300 gallon per side, I think they are 300 gallon, 340 gallons per side fuel tanks, and I think I've got 4 of them on the truck. I might just try and jump out and have a look at that. Yeah, so I've got 4 of them. So there's quite a bit of fuel there. I'll just get back on there because I don't drive very well outside the truck. Like I say, there's 4 of them on it, so 340 gallons each. You know, that's 680 gallons per side. and yet I can only get around a half fuel load, maybe just a bit more than a half a fuel load out of them before I run out of AdBlue. Now, I don't know if that's due to the fact that most of the time I'm sort of driving in manual, not cruise control, but I'm usually fairly well up it to get to the speed limit, and I drive GPS settings on the speed limit, not, oh, here we go, we're down to 55 again. Not by what's on the analog dial in front of me. And we're still in manual, so I'll go back to auto because, well, I'm a lazy bugger. I usually only ever switch to a manual. Okay, we've got a way station coming up, and I can bypass it, which is great. And some of you guys out there can probably correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure about how it is in the States, but here in Australia, if you get a bypass, they say stay on the highway. You know, instead of saying you can bypass, it just like has a sign up there saying stay on highway. However, I see the AI trucks going into the way station whether or not they've got a bypass. You know, some of them go through and go over the scales, and others go down the slip road which goes past the way station. I'm not sure how that works for in the States, whether you get to just drive on by or whether you have to actually pull in and use the slip lane, because I noticed that there's no big notice board out there that says pull in or stay on the highway. From what I understand, that little tiny blue thing underneath the GPS has a light on it, which I can't see because of my GPS. It comes up red or green. Now, I'm assuming that that's how they really are, is that they've got the little thing that comes up red and green, and you guys use that as an indicator. But yeah, I can't really be certain about that, mainly because I don't know, having never driven a truck in the United States. How are we going for distance? So we've still got 95 miles to go. Probably should have slipped in there to get fuel, because I know I'm going to get running out of AdBlue soon. That was good. Moved me over to have the lane end. Okay, so that was good. I'm coming up towards Klamath Falls turnoff and Medford pretty soon. Now we're going to bypass this particular turnoff, or we can actually go down it, just to change things up a little bit. I'd normally just take the freeway, but this time I think just to mix things up a little, I'm going to take this particular, oh that was a really dark shade of green, I'm going to go this way just so as I can go through downtown Medford. Tidbit. And just across the bridge there is, I've got a garage where I can get fuel, which that's what we'll do. Oops, should have gone straight ahead when the green light was on. We'll go up and we'll get fuel from my own depot. Only because I think it's cheaper if you get it from your own depot. You know, one would think that if you're buying it from your own depot, it'd be cheaper. Now, there goes the TLL line haul truck. I do have about 160 drivers on my books. So the amount of money that I make is almost criminal. I say almost criminal. I'd say fully criminal. Righto. So, anyway, go in here now. I'm not going to go through the garage because, well, that'd be just ridiculously silly. I'm going to areas that what I'm going to do is come up here, fill up, reverse back past the gate, and that worked well. Never get a job working for my company, banging into the bloody houses and whatnot. Okay, $2.18. Hopefully that's cheaper than the average around town. Okay, so we took 400 gallons. I don't know what those other tanks are used for, because they're certainly not used for fuel. Okay. You want to go this way. Right, need to go forward a little bit. Okay, now we'll go backwards. I'll just wiggle this thing back a little bit. And we'll go chase it again. Chase it a little bit more aggressively this time. Okay, we're getting close to the depot, but we're not on it. Straighten up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so that'll do us. I'm going to stay right on the right hand side of the driveway. And it's a damn shame. I've got a depot and a workshop and everything there, but I can't do any truck repairs there, which ridiculous. You should be able to do truck repairs. I've got to go to a repair shop in order to do truck repairs at my own depot. Or to do truck repairs on my own trucks. So I should be able to do them there at a, even if it's calculated at a reduced rate. You know, I should have gone right out of there instead of, or straight ahead out of there instead of left. But we'll go up here and sure the route advisor will tell me where to go. Alright. Thanks, guys. So why is my route advisor not updating?
Never mind. I'll find it.
There we go.
Keep right and then turn right. Turn right.
And he's turning anyway, himself. But destination's just in front of us. You probably recognise the building that we're using. It'll be exactly the same. But to mix things up a little bit, they're not all placed the same way on the road. Some of them are forwards, some of them are backwards, and you've got to drive around to them to get to the checking point. We'll let this guy go by, and we're going to upset the traffic because I'm going to go across this set of traffic lights on the other side of the lights there. And then I'm going to take up the whole road for a bit. I like this particular truck because it's a bit bigger than the one that I've driven. Considerably bigger. 908. Okay, so now we're going to take up both lanes. And we're going to go in here. And see our parking station is just up there. We got in the gate without any dramas. Righto, there we are. Yep, that was me. Oh my god, it stayed on. What you get for double clicking a button when you click two buttons at the same time. Oh, that was good. So that's one little drive. We'll just pull it up there and we'll make that the video, and then hopefully that's all come out okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll